Hey, it's Dan the Plumber. In this video, I'm going to show you guys the steps that I took to repair an old galvanized pipe that was leaking in my customer's driveway. This line fed all of the irrigation systems on the entire property. So what we did is replaced it with a 1-inch soft copper under the driveway here. We added a shutoff valve because it didn't have it prior, and we added a couple of hose bibs. So thank you guys very much for watching. Please enjoy the video. Alright, here we are in Santa Monica Canyon. We've got one of my clients with a leak in their driveway. It's been here for a couple days. You can see it's really coming out of the ground here. So the first thing I think I'm going to do is try and locate the direction of this pipe. I believe this is coming from the meter over by Luis there. He's going to put the pipe locator right on the meter, see if we can track down this pipe coming up in here. I think it feeds some irrigation over there, and there's probably a T that feeds the rest of the house. So we may have to jackhammer this up if that's the case. I think it's feeding this irrigation here, a hose over there, possibly. Now I have the SR20 in line tracing mode, and I'm just following the old line exactly where it goes, and I'm putting little markers on it. Alright, we're digging a hole where the pipe locator says it is on this side, because I've got a poor reading over here. So maybe I'm gonna get my pipe locator on that side, see if I can get a good reading over here to find this end of the pipe. All right, so the way this works is the meter is here. You can see how much we're leaking right now. A good amount when that little triangular dial is spinning consistently 24/7. But anyway, the meter comes in, the line goes like this to feed the whole house, branches off in a few places for the irrigation, one there, so it'll come straight in. There's one T that goes there, there's another one up in about midsection of this planter box, and that's our leaker. So when I had my rigid SR20 pipe locator, I had it one end on the copper pipe way down there, and the other end is the ground, so we just shoved it into the ground with a metal stake. I was reading the water service line to the house just fine, but it was starting to get a little blurry in my readings the further I branched off in that T where the galvanized was. So I could see the pipe was in this area, and it made sense because we had irrigation here, and we found the galvanized pipe. It's a little hard to see, but that's it right there. That's the gal feeding some of the irrigation here with our leaker in here. So we hooked up the rigid SR20 and grounded it in the grass with the metal stake, and the other end of course on the galvanized. It's a magnetic tip, which is nice, and we can get a nice clear reading. The pipe was going here, right in this area. Next, I want to have Luis dig where I think the T is. We located it there. You can see a hose bib here coming straight in line with the water service. The water meter is just beyond Luis, right in line that way. Our problem area there. We located the pipe to here, located the water service here. The T should be right in that area, 1'6" underground. located the irrigation line, located the water service, and we found the T. That's the water service T going into the house that way, coming from the street that way. T goes into, this is all copper, 1.25 inch copper, goes into a brass nipple right there. That's a brass nipple. And then the galvanized elbow is completely rusted. Right there, that's the galvanized elbow, galvanized pipe. Super rusty. That's actually a brass nipple right here, which is a good thing they use that one. So all we're going to do now is eliminate all that galvanized pipe, that brass nipple, cut that female copper adapter out, and solder in a new piece of copper. And I'm not going to even follow the old direction. We're going to go a different route. Just because of plant situation, and there's no need to go exactly where the old pipe was. I'm just going to find an easier route for us where that bush, on the other side of that bush there, in this general vicinity right here. You can see we've got it marked out with the red chalk line there. Now I'm just taking my skill saw with a cement blade and saw cutting the cement there, just scoring it not very deep, just so the jackhammer doesn't blow out too much of the concrete, even though they're probably going to replace most of that area. Now I'm just jackhammering right where I cement cut, in between the two lines there, at about 10x speed. I'm showing you guys, not to bore you to death too much. Luis is working on removing plants and finishing up trenching in the planter box there, so we can grab our new pipe, adding a shutoff, and bring it across the driveway. Okay, jackhammering is complete. We've removed the chunks of cement there, and you can see how much water is now starting to come out from under the cement. It's just percolating out of there, and I've already got, pretty quickly a lot of water in my trench here. And if you look closely at it, you can see that there's a steady stream of water actually. If you look right here, there's a steady stream of water just coming out. So that old galvanized pipe that comes across the driveway probably has multiple holes in it, and it's just, it's done. It's the original 1950s pipe that just needs to be replaced at this time. We're going to begin right here, as I said earlier, right at this copper with a couple elbows. I'm going to bring this piece of hard copper with a shutoff valve right in this area, and then we'll continue in soft copper. All right, we got our T tied in. The ball valve ready to go with soft copper. Had to get the Water and Power, Department of Water and Power out here for a new water meter and shutoff valves. Looks like the galvanized does not tie in here like I originally thought. It comes over to here, and it goes to the irrigation with that copper valve here. So we'll come up to this area. Alright, so now Luis and I are going to begin digging. We are starting just with a pick and shovel right now. Sometimes we'll grab other machines to help dig, but it's, by the time I go to the rental yard, get a machine, this thing's going to be done. We'll switch back and forth with the shovel, pick, and the jackhammer, and just loosening it up with the jackhammer with a shovel bit on it. We're going about 15 inches down. Code is 12, but we're going to go a little more, 15 inches all the way. Should be real nice under the slab. We're not going to have any couplings or joints under the cement, and that's part of the reason I wanted to go soft copper. We're just going to go from that ball valve all the way here under the cement, under the driveway, and pop out in that garden there with one roll of this soft copper that we're rolling out there. That way it's less likely to have any leaks in it in the future. We definitely don't want to do this again anytime soon. At the two ends of the soft copper, I'm using what's called a sizing tool to pound into the copper to make it perfectly round again, so it's a tight fit in the fittings. Alright, as you can see, I came up quite a bit. The original trench was over 2 feet down in the ground there. Didn't need to be that low, so we came up with a couple of 90s. I'm going to add that box for my shut-off valve, and we're all soft copper at this point, going under the little retaining wall there, and of course through the driveway. You know, by the time it's buried and everything, it's maybe only 14 inches because it's a 1-inch pipe, which is still great. You know, maybe even a little less because it's soft copper, comes up and down a little bit just with the bends. Right now I'm showing you that it's capped off because we did a pressure test, and just for the day, for the night, we're done for the day. I'm gonna keep it under pressure just to test it for the night, and then tomorrow we'll finish the copper, come up into that T that I've created with my 2 new hose bibs there and the irrigation system. Alright, here's a little update on the third and final day. We got the dirt back, compacted real nicely everywhere. We've got our box in the ground here, shut-off valve ready to turn off when they want to work on irrigation. Did not have one prior. Yes, it says sewer. It's the only one they had, but no biggie. All backfilled, compacted, and we're doing the final leg of the trenching. All right, doesn't say sewer anymore. It says irrigation shut-off valve. We are done. A few elbows to get my correct adjustment height-wise. Again, a couple elbows. There it is. All cleaned up and finished. We are waiting for the cement man at this point. Thank you guys very much for watching. Please hit that like button and don't forget to subscribe. It really helps this channel out. Thank you.